Hello folks, it is Mentor speaking. So welcome back to this other episode. There are so many things we're going to talk about. One, we're going to talk about order blocks. We're going to talk about institutional candles. Then we're going to talk about breakers. But first and foremost, katsoke tutandike order blocks. Which one is an order block? How is it formed? And how do you trade the order block? Not every last green candle is an order block. And not every last black candle is an order block. I want to show you mweno video 3 different candles: order blocks, breakers, and institutional candles. Let me first start with an order block. We have a bearish and a bullish order block. We have a bearish and a bullish order block. This is going to be our bearish order block. Now, for this to be a bearish order block, it must be the last green candle anywhere before break of structure. Naye, it must have a wick. Okay, it must have a long wick. Once this wick, yeah, green. Okay, whichever color, but we know it must be like this, followed by a bearish candle, which can either be black or red, but I prefer black because the candles in Kozesa. Now, this is the magic, or this is where the concept is. Wano, what happens? I want you to look at this low here. Now, this low, wano, this is rejection. Who rejected this price? Bulls rejected price. Wano wabaddewo sente nyingi ezasindisa akatale waggulu. It closed here, okay? It opened here, nekirira wansi, and it closed up here. Then the bears took over. For this to be an order block, we want to see price trade below this wick. For this to be a bearish order block, not a bullish order block, a bearish order block, it must be engulfed. Ekisoka, we must see price close below this wick, this low. Ekyo kyekikifuula order block. Not followed by another candle, then another candle. You know, so many candles. No. What you have to look for, it is such a candle. Now this will be your order block. Just like you see my order block here. When the price, now this, I will come to this, you know, the bullish order block. When the price traded to this level, I entered the market. You see where I put my stop loss? Below the order block here. I was recording this, and I think I will play this for you to see. This is the order block now. A bullish order block, not bearish order block. It's a bullish order block. Why is it a bullish order block? It was engulfed by a bullish candle, and it has this wick. When you look at this candle, this pattern, it is vice versa. Okay? It is vice versa. So which is a bearish order block? Bearish order block. Sorry, bullish order block. What do I want to see? Well, I want to see a candle. I don't want to see a long wick in wagulu, and if possible, sagala kulaba ka wick ikone no wagulu. So I want to see a black candle. Do what? I want to see a black candle. It doesn't matter the size, it doesn't matter anything. I want to see black candle with a wick on top. Okay, jagala laba. candle in a week waggulu, engulfed by a bullish candle for this to be an order block. What do I mean by engulf? I want to see a green candle close above this week. I want to see a black candle close below this week, just like you see on this screen here. A green candle close above that week. This will be my order block. Not this one, not this one, not these other candles, but not this, even this. This will be my order block. Lwaki? Because wabaddewo orders nyingi wano, and we closed. This green candle closed above. When the price comes back to this level here, this week, I will buy. Where am I putting my stop loss? Below the candle. Below this candle. We're going to take a stop loss here. Okay, folks? I'm going to put my stop loss below this black candle. When it comes to the bearish order block, I'm going to put my stop loss above this candle. Okay, above this candle. Let's look for the bearish order block. Here we go. Do you see this candle here? This green candle? It was engulfed by a black candle. Tetwina wiki yona waggulu kweno candle. Then we tudda wano. Tetwina wiki yona wansi. You see what I'm looking for, folks? This is my order block. This is what I will call an order block. So not these candles. The last candle, simani a series of 5 candles, 10 candles, that will not be an order block. And I think you see how price is trading away from this area. Fine, in the future it will come back. Ejakola equal loss, siganye, but my stop loss, I don't want to see my stop loss hit. The same thing here. When price comes to this level, you sell. Okay? Which I didn't do because I was busy doing what? So there exactly. Can we enter the market? You sell. Okay, the money you can afford to lose, 1,000 units. Okay, you see how price is not breaking above. Okay, it's not even trying to enter in there. Now what do we do here? I'm going to put my stop loss above that candle. Okay, I'm gonna take a stop loss here above that candle. And this is what I would call an order block. Not these green candles here. This is not an order block. This is some other candle. See order block. If price traded to this level and it rejected that level, there is a reason. A mabega. So not on this candle. If I'm to look for an order block, one order block here, second order block here. This is what you have to look for, folks. Okay? Let me show you something that happened on this same pair. I think the USD card, the New York Open. At now you see what happened. You see this order block here. Where did price open to? Price opened here. Order block, the high. Do I trust this candle? Yes. Why? It was engulfed by a green candle. Can I zoom in and show you? Sure. Right here, it was engulfed by a green candle. We closed above that high. This becomes my order block. I will buy there, put a stop loss at least below this green candle. Is this important? Not now. Okay? Though I don't want to see this, but I want to see my bullish order block like this. Okay? Jagala jirabanga. We've closed above that week. Institutional candles. Which one is an institutional candle and which one is not? Now, not every black candle is an institutional candle. Not every green candle again is an institutional candle. First and foremost, nakuyigiriza institutional levels. Yes. If I did teach you or show you institutional levels, that's where you look for institutional candles. Now, how do you find an institutional candle? Well, Abantu abasinga, they have this thing of mixing up stuff. Order blocks and institutional candles. These two things are totally different. These two things are totally different. An institutional candle must either be inside an institutional level. You get it? An institutional candle must either be inside an institutional level or above an institutional level when it is a green candle or a bullish candle, or below an institutional level when it is a bearish candle. What are institutional levels? Let's look for the institutional levels in this price range here. I'm going to look for 28.0, 28.0, 0. There we go. Do we have an institutional candle there on this time frame, 15 minutes time frame? Let's go and see. What price level are we looking for? Let's look for an institutional level there. We want to look for 27.00, or we look for 27.80. 27.80. Do we have an institutional candle inside an institutional level? Yes. So this one here, folks, this is an institutional candle. Lwachi is it an institutional candle? It is a bearish candle inside an institutional level. So this one makes it an institutional candle. This is what I'm looking at. In the future, when price trades below, ngenda kutunira candle as my pillar, okay? Either I put my stop loss below this candle or enter at the week. Why? We have relatively equal lows here. Relatively equal lows. What does this mean? This means when price comes to take liquidity wansi wano ejawo molira wano. Just like price bweyaze to this order block here. Okay, just like price came to this order block here, price will also come here. That is an institutional candle. You know, kubanga elimo institutional level. Look for those institutional levels kubuli time frame. The 0 levels, the 80s, the 50s, the 20s. Or you know kubanga ina line eyo nga mulimu that institutional candle. Oba ku 5 minutes time frame, oba ku whichever time frame, you have to make sure that you have that candle in that institutional level for this to be called an institutional candle. So not every candle that you see here, you see around that it's an institutional candle. Not every candle you see that it's an order block. How do you trade these things? I've told you so many things. Time and price matters. Okay, time and price matters. Well, price ends up forming an order block. Like we have something here. Just it was close to being an order block, but let's just take this. Now in the future, price comes back to this same open, this high yayo order block, and see what happens. Okay, now if you saw this candle was engulfed, though tebade engulfed enough, what do? You buy here on that week. Where do you put your stop loss? Once one. Smart money concepts. What happens after that? Boom. Okay, it trades higher and higher to this level. Teyakomyawo neyambuka neberezamu nekola ki neyambuka. Okay, so that is how you do what. Now let's look at this candle as well. Is this an order block? Yes, it is. Now once these candles are used for the first time, do not expect price to come back and respect that level for the second time. Order block here, Where do you put your stop loss? Below this low. Okay, below that low. Yadde sagala laba this candle ng'erina a very long tail, that Pinocchio concept. Price comes back here, wano. It pushes back price higher. Okay, it comes back here for relatively equal lows. If you didn't notice, nga bwe nkugambye, once we trade mu order block omulundi ogusooka, do not expect it to hold price omulundi ogwokubiri. Do not expect the order block to respect price omulundi ogwokubiri. If it does so omulundi ogusooka, it won't do so omulundi ogwokubiri. Let's look at breakers, because sagala kola video empanvu. Breakers. What are breakers? And how do you identify a breaker? A breaker is the last candle. It can either be the last sell before buy or the last buy before sell. These three candles njagadde nkole video nzigate mu video kubanga they confuse a lot of traders, and they end up trading whatever they see and calling them funny names. Osanga omuntu institutional candle agiyita order block, institutional candle agiyita breaker, breaker agiyita institutional candle, breaker agiyita order block, mixed up. Time and price matters, folks. Now let's use a daily chart. Let's delete all this stuff because say daily chart jagala nonya breaker. Breakers. Now which one is a breaker? Most folks out there, just like we used to do nga twakayiga about breakers, order blocks, institutional candles, we used to call everything whichever name we felt like. Which one is a breaker? A breaker is the last sell before running above old highs. A breaker is the last sell before running above old highs. Now, this would be a breaker, but meeting the requirements, because kubanga this is too small. But is this a breaker? Yes, this is a breaker. Okay, this here is a breaker. Why? This is the last black candle before we traded above this high. Not only that high, even so many highs, again. Okay, so this will be considered as a breaker. This candle is responsible for breaking this structure. Just like people call them order blocks, institutional candles, now this one is the breaker. Waliwo enjawulo ey'amaanyi between a breaker, an institutional candle, and an order block. This is a breaker. Now, how do you trade breakers? As soon as you see that, okay, this is the last candle before trading above all these highs, chichi chokola, you wait for price to trade below this breaker. Just like this. Put your line. What do you mark? You mark the bottom over the close of that black candle. Price breaks below this breaker. Let me show you. Chokola. You do like this. Okay, let's say that is the breaker. Price trades above the breaker. It closed below the breaker. Then kasite koma wao. That is your entry. Kasite koma wao. Close your breaker. That is your entry. Entry for what? Sell. Where are you putting your stop loss? Up here. Now, which one is your target? Maybe you look for another breaker. Or maybe you look for institutional candles. Maybe you look for so many things. But I'll be like, okay, this will be my take profit because you have liquidity down here. Are these lows relatively equal? Yes, they are. So I'll be looking at price coming back to this level once again, from this breaker to here. Okay, from that breaker to this level. Okay, that is a breaker. What name do we call this? It is a bullish breaker. Let's look for a bearish breaker. It must be the last green candle before we traded below. Now here I don't find anything that meets. Let me see, did we trade below that one? Yes, we did trade below that one. So let's take this one. Okay, price comes, trades below the low, price comes back up. What am I going to mark? And I'm marking the close of this candle. Okay, for breakers we mark the close. I mark the close. I want to see price trade above the breaker, then comes back to the breaker, just like price did here this week. You buy, which your stop loss at least below this low here. So this becomes the bearish breaker. Okay, if you want more explanation on these breakers, tugenda kola video main ya breakers oba a breaker on its own, because sichirungi being confused. Last green candle before we traded below an old low, that is the breaker. What happens when price comes back to that candle's open after it has closed above it? Boom, you enter here. I want you to take time, look for old lows and highs, look for the last sell before buy and the last buy before sell, or the last buy before break of structure. That will be your breaker. An institutional candle, institutional level. An order block must be engulfed. Okay, an order block must be engulfed. Just like you see here. Okay, just like you see here. Now, time and price matters so much. Not because you have this, then you buy at the extreme top. No way. Price has to trade higher, then comes back to this candle for this to be an order block. Nga bwe nakugambye, you can find order blocks anywhere, but time and price matters. So let's upload this video for me. This is not good, but do you still take it? I will take it. Yeah, they have no wick where you put your stop loss. One cent. Okay, one C dawa, one C. Was your stop loss hit? Let's see. It wasn't hit. Is that the lowest low, the lowest wick? There. Okay, so I know I've not explained bulungi nnyo simply because sagala video mpanvu, but we shall be talking about these things if say that it means. Okay, so this can actually be an order block here. Price comes back to that level, you buy here, stop loss hourly line, and we see price trading higher and higher and higher. Do you have any other order block here? I would really say, now this is why I don't want to see candles with longer tails and small head over this upper wick kubira katono. That's why yadde we engulfed this candle, but stop loss yo bagihitinze kubanga it doesn't meet. Okay, it doesn't meet what we need. So this is not an order block, this is some other candle. Okay, it's not even an institutional candle, it's not even an order block, it's not even a breaker, so it's just there. It's a candle like any other candle.